Hi, and welcome to Curbside Chat. The studio set we're videotaping this edition in is just a block away from GM's headquarters building in Detroit. It was just about 6 weeks ago that the corporation announced a settlement to the UAW's 54-day strike. Even though agreement was reached, after being in this business for 42 years, I've learned that no one really wins in a drawn-out dispute like the one we just had. But there are some positive things that came out of the strike. Perhaps the best thing was a commitment on the part of both GM and the UAW to try and resolve differences in a more positive way before they became major problems. We were also able to establish with the union the need to make dramatic improvements in our productivity to remain competitive in the years ahead. There's no doubt that the strike set our progress back a bit. We were seeing quite a sales momentum swing for all of our brands. During the first half of the year, we put up some of the best sales numbers we've seen in more than 4 years. I'm especially proud of the hard work all of our Buick dealers did to contribute to that success. The important thing now is that the strike is over. Our factories are pumping out cars, and it's time to look ahead. In order to regain the momentum we have going for us in the first half of the year, we need to focus on rebuilding consumer confidence in our company, our products, and in our Buick dealerships. We have a number of things planned to help us do what we know how to do best: sell cars, satisfy customers, and make money. Lately, we've been looking at several ways to improve how we go about this. As you know, we're presently undergoing a major reorganization in the company. The objective of the restructuring is to increase GM's ability to reach and serve our target customers. We still have 5 strong marketing divisions, each with a specific identity. Only now, the divisions will be serviced by one single field team. The consolidation of the field force will make our sales and service operations more efficient and more responsive nationwide. The field organization will be divided into 5 geographic regions and teamed with very strong, focused brand initiatives. Within the field organization, a new market area team structure will be set up to oversee the multi-brand sales and service needs of the company. The market area team's purpose is to help increase the understanding of GM's entire brand portfolio at the retail level. This will be especially important in helping to improve brand communications to dealers. It should also help to increase sensitivity to customers' preferences in specific local markets. It will put more of our marketing strength where it belongs, at the local level. Many dealers have expressed a desire for higher value-added interactions with GM field management. The new structure is designed to provide just that. Dealers can expect to see improvements in capabilities and support, especially in the areas of local marketing analysis, forecasting, brand tactics, more consistent and timely incentive programs, and more effective retail training. I think come January 1st, when the new structure is in place, we'll have a more empowered and responsive field organization. It will be able to provide you, our dealers, with both a higher level and a higher quality of assistance. At the end of the broadcast, I'll have an important message on what these changes mean and don't mean at Buick. Remember, the goal is the same as it has always been: to help us both build the business profitably. Obviously, the strike had a direct impact on our sales and product availability for the past couple of months. When you take that into account, it doesn't make much sense to review our sales for August, since they were predictably down from our normal levels. Even though our total sales are off 50% in August, what's more important now is that we focus on looking ahead to the rest of the year. We'll be directing our sales incentives on regaining the momentum we had before the strike with an aggressive second half push. We have plenty of cars, promotions, and incentives to do that and finish 1998 on a very positive note. For example, since mid-August, we've been running a full-line Buick ad campaign to help build showroom traffic in your dealership.
And right now until September 14th,
We've also featured a special $500 Kickstart consumer incentive for the 1998 LeSabre. I hope you've been taking advantage of this by emphasizing LeSabre in all your local advertising. To maximize the impact of our incentives, we've made purchases in the CMI states eligible for national consumer incentives during the summer sell-down. This means that through the end of September, all Buick dealers are able to offer savings from $750 to $2,500 on 1998 Buick models. And finally, we're working closely with the DMGs to make sure that Buick has the right share of voice in the market by providing an easy payment of DMG assessments for August. The plan pulled ahead the payment process for all vehicles that were invoiced by August 23rd. The net effect was to get the money into the marketplace a full 3 weeks earlier than normal. We also just advanced the remaining 1998 co-op matching funds to all DMGs so that funding could get to the market sooner when it's most needed. Those are just some of the initiatives we're taking to help drive the last 4 months of the year to a positive close. We need to remain focused on the task at hand, which is to bring customers back into your dealership and provide them with the care and attention they deserve. According to the latest Top Box CSI results, customers who have visited your dealership continue to appreciate the way they're treated. Our Top Box Service Satisfaction Survey results for May remained impressive, this time with an increase to 62.7%, just 0.4 of a point from meeting our commitment of 63.1 for the year. Even though our Top Box CSI purchase and delivery numbers slipped a little bit in the month of May to 70.4%, we're still more than a full point ahead of our 98 commitment of 69.3. Keep up the good work here. These CSI results clearly show how seriously you take your commitment to CSI improvement. We appreciate your efforts very much, but more importantly, so do your customers. And there's further evidence of Buick's commitment to customer satisfaction that I'd like to share with you. Each year, since 1995, the noted San Diego-based research firm Strategic Vision has conducted a total dealership experience quality survey of over 32,000 customers nationwide. This year, General Motors received the award as Best Corporation offering a quality dealer experience for the third year. And Buick was proud to be selected as segment brand leader, providing the best customer experience in the $20,000 to $30,000 class. It's another positive indication of the kind of commitment we're making to develop and sustain long-term customer relationships. Congratulations to all of you on this outstanding achievement. Even though we experienced some shortcomings in the summer, there definitely were some bright spots too. We had another successful Buick Open Golf Tournament at Warwick Hills Golf and Country Club in Grand Blanc, Michigan. It also marked the 40th anniversary of Buick's very special relationship with professional golf. What started back in 1958 as the Buick Open is now regarded as a very historic event in professional golf. That tournament was the very first corporate-sponsored PGA event, and Buick continues to pave the way as the tour's leading corporate sponsor with 4 title events. We start the year off with the Buick Invitational in Torrey Pines near San Diego. Then there's a Buick Classic at Westchester Country Club in Harrison, New York, followed by the Buick Open here in Warwick Hills. Then we cap off the year with the Buick Challenge at Callaway Gardens in Pine Mountain, Georgia. We're very proud of our corporate leadership role in a relationship that has benefited both Buick, Buick dealers, and the PGA. Here's what our own touring pros had to say about Buick's relationship with the PGA.
Buick has been the longest corporate sponsor involved with golf. The players, the PGA players, are very indebted to them for that. And it means something. Business and golf has always gone together very well. This community here, Flint, Michigan, has been greatly supportive of the players as well as the tournament itself. With the advent of golf being so popular, and it has been for such a while, the product involvement, the people who come out to watch golf tournaments are directly associated with the buyer of Buick products, and that has been in sync, since the beginning 40 years ago.
Buick's 40-year commitment to golf is one of the longest running commitments in golf. And this tournament has produced more great champions than just about any tournament. If you look down the list, you've got Tony Lima, you've got Billy Casper, Hale Irwin. But it goes deeper than that as far as the people and the relationship they build in the communities. They have a long history of giving back to their community, and they have a commitment to doing what's right in their community. And that says a lot. I mean, people come out to support this event. And in bad times and in good times, in striking times and non-striking times, let me tell you what, Buick people, they stick together.
We've also heard from Cheryl Ladd, our other golf ambassador, with her thoughts on Buick and the PGA.
I think to have a company like Buick, who has a reputation of being so solid and so real and so American, and their efforts on behalf of the PGA Tour, in which they're going to put so much money and backing and support behind the PGA Tour, and the love that America has for golf in general, and the passion they have for that. I think it's just a wonderful marriage for all of us to benefit from the fact that Buick is really a big supporter of the PGA Tour.
Our affiliation has also given us the opportunity to establish a very positive image with consumers all over the country. We are especially proud to report that our 4 tournaments have been able to raise more than $14 million for some very worthwhile charities. We look forward to continuing our commitment to the PGA Tour as golf's leading corporate partner. One of the great things golf has provided us with is an ideal stage to showcase our cars, not only to consumers at the golf tournaments, but also to the larger television audiences.
Year in 97, 6 top 10 finishes this year, currently 25th on the money list from Atlanta, Georgia's Stuart Singh.
For 1999, we've got a solid lineup of products that we've spent the last few years completely redesigning. The refinements we've added for 99 will make these great cars even better. Let me share a few highlights. Buick continues to be the industry's #1 provider of supercharged cars. 3 current model Buicks are offered with 240 horsepower supercharged V6s as standard equipment. Park Avenue Ultra, Riviera, and Regal GS. Naturally aspirated V6s will also play a key role in the performance of our lineup. The Regal LS will have increased horsepower in its 3800 Series 2 V6, as well as a more refined suspension for an improved ride. The new Monsoon sound system is also available for the first time in Regal. Century has a new standard traction control system, as well as a more efficient anti-lock brake system and significant ride and handling enhancements. Refinements to the Park Avenue include a new Concert Sound 3 entertainment system and improvements to its tail lamp appearances. Our distinctively designed Riviera will again offer the personal choice and Convenience Plus features and will now be available in 2 new exterior colors. The Sabre will also add 2 new exterior colors, and its tradition continues as our longest running nameplate. Buick's linchpin model is celebrating its 40th anniversary with more than 6 million unit sales since 1959 and still counting. Finally, we'll be introducing the all-new 2000 LeSabre in the spring. Now, unfortunately, we can't show you any pictures of it just yet, but I can tell you you'll have another hot product with it. The 2000 will make its public debut at the Detroit North American International Auto Show in early January. We're very excited about the completeness, the quality, and the value of our lineup this year. We have every reason to be positive. The rest is up to all of us. I'll be back in a moment to take your questions on this edition of Curbside Chat. Now for our first question. I'm a Buick salesperson and a top producer, not only in my store, but one of the top 5 in my area. I learned recently that myself and another top producer will not be recognized for our achievement this year because of our CSI. I think this is a crazy way for Buick to look at salespeople. You should not use the CSI score as a sales master qualifier. Well, Peter, unfortunately, we disagree on the importance of looking at salesperson CSI. Salesperson CSI was added to the Buick Sales Master Program as a qualifier in 1997. And it was added for some good reason. Our customers expect and deserve a completely satisfying experience from the moment they walk in the door of a Buick dealership and on throughout their ownership experience. Our data on customer satisfaction shows us a couple of important things. Number one, customers who are not satisfied seldom return to do business with us, and we need to keep them coming back. And number two, even if they do return, they'll not be advocates for Buick. They won't tell their friends and relatives about us. We lose the opportunity for that business as well, and so do you in the form of referrals. By the way, our standards for Sales Master qualification is that you must be at or above your zone PDS average. That's all we expect. And with the number of choices customers have today, we need to be their top choice. Our next question. Why didn't GM discontinue the GM Dealer Employee Purchase Program at Option 1 prices? Our dealership has 60 employees, and we sold 12 cars to employees during the short time that the program was offered. Thank you for your interest in addressing this issue. Vic, we agree with you that our dealership employees are good, loyal GM buyers. That's a major reason why we started the GM Dealer Employee Purchase Program a few years ago, and why we periodically look at short-term enhancements like Option 1 pricing programs. But like any other incentive program, we need to evaluate not only the sales results against our goals, but also the cost. We also have to look at what our competitors are doing and what they're spending. I've said it before, we can do anything, add any incentive you like, but we have to cut something else. The goal of the Special Dealership Employee Purchase Program was to increase sales during a specific time period. And the fact that you sold a GM car to 20% of your dealership employees tells me that the program was a success. Our next question. One of the most popular colors in 1997 was light blue. That color was discontinued in 1998, 1999. The twilight blue is too dark. Please come back with the light blue color. Look at the sales histories of the colors and you'll see the results of this change. You know, we know that colors are an important part of our sales presentation, and we look carefully at quite a bit of information when we make color decisions. That information includes our own analysis as well as analysis and opinions of other color experts. When light blue Adriatic was introduced in 1994, it had a penetration of about 6%. The penetration dropped over the next 3 years. And on top of that, paint suppliers like BASF, DuPont, and PPG predicted that light blue colors would continue to decline in popularity. Now, these are the same folks who predicted the surge in popularity of green tones, and they were right. Their opinion is backed up by other color experts. That's why we chose to replace the light blue with twilight blue this year. By the way, now is a great time to start getting familiar with the 1999 color palette. You can see the brand choices in the product brochures recently mailed. We got some great new colors that I think you'll like. Our next question. It's a shame Buick's Royal Purple Council didn't get mentioned in last Curbside Chat. I feel the very best of Buick's sales force deserves better. Don't you think so? Well, Bruce, I do think so. Buick's Royal Purple Council are the people who make it happen for us, who lead the way in our success. You give us your best, and you deserve the same in return. So, as soon as I got your note, I fired their entire Curbside Chat staff. And if you'll watch carefully at the end of the tape, you'll see the names of each of Buick's 1997 Royal Purple Council members roll by in our salute to you. By the way, Curbside staff is one person, and I hired him back after I realized we hadn't cut this tape yet. And our last question, how can we make the personal choice features easier to program? Our customers and employees get confused, as every model has a different programming sequence. Thanks for addressing this important topic. Thanks for a great question, Steve. Personal choice is a feature we should be able to use to set our products apart and above from everyone else's. These customizable options are proof positive to our customers that we care about them as individuals. But too many of our cars are being delivered with the factory settings rather than customer-specific ones. In a large part, that's because we made setting them harder than it should be. You shouldn't have to call Microsoft to set your door locks. We're working hard to drive to a common programming for all models. And we're also looking at innovative ways to make these features easier to use and change. In the meantime, we need to ask you to keep educating your sales force and your customers on changing personal choice features. Stay tuned, and again, keep pushing us to improve. Together, we can be a better provider of premium contemporary vehicles for your customers. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for your questions today. Keep them coming in, and I'll try to get to as many of them as I can. I know they're important to all of us. Let's take a moment now to recognize some of Buick's very special dealers who are celebrating some very special milestones on Coletta's Catch of the Day. The first two dealers we're recognizing today are celebrating their silver anniversaries with Buick. Congratulations to Bob Atkins of Dixie Buick in Fort Myers, Florida, on his 25th year celebration. And congratulations also to Sonny King of Orange Buick in Orlando, Florida. Sonny, congratulations on 25 years. You know, there must be something about that Florida air that adds longevity to Buick dealerships. Best wishes to both of you on reaching this special milestone. It's always very special when one of our dealers celebrates a golden anniversary as a member of the Buick family. Congratulations to Jack Decker of Parsons Buick in Plainville, Connecticut. 50 years is very special. Jack, thanks for your many years of loyal service. Best wishes for continued success in the future. I would like to pass along some final thoughts as we close out this edition of Curbside Chat. This summer, we learned how unpredictable and unfortunate circumstances can sometimes get. I know there were times when we all felt a little bit helpless about what next steps to take while our labor dispute with the UAW was being settled. But together, we were able to work out a solution. I believe it's important to remember how successful companies always seem to be able to positively react to negative situations. They don't dwell on why things aren't the way they want them to be. They focus on creating opportunities out of change. That's the kind of company Buick is. I see it in the dedication of our employees. I see it in the commitment of our dealership organization, and I see it in the steadily improving performance of our products. We're all committed to being successful. I know there are some who are wondering if the organizational changes recently announced at GM are going to have an impact on Buick as its identity as a separate division or a product line. First of all, I want to be sure that Buick dealers understand that the changes being made are not going to affect Buick's role in its product planning, its advertising, promotion, or any other dealer marketing support functions. Let me reemphasize this. The changes that are taking place are in the field support organization. At the end of the tape, there's a special message from GM sales and service leadership on what we aim to accomplish with this reorganization. Buick is still going to have its own marketing and brand support teams, and your customers will still know that the Buick brand is a distinctively different car line than Pontiac, Chevrolet, or anyone else. The whole idea behind these changes is to improve our efficiency and to make us more competitive. That's all there is to it, and that's good news for both of us. In the next few weeks, many of us will be making the move into our new headquarter home at Detroit's Renaissance Center. It will mark another new beginning for Buick, and once again, we'll make the necessary adjustments to continue the successful track we've been on for most of this century. We'll keep you posted on those developments. Right now, we need to focus on the task at hand, and that's closing out the rest of the year on a very positive and winning note. With your continued support and effort during the next few months, I have no doubt that we can do it. Thanks for watching, and good selling.
This change is the next phase of our marketing evolution to the creation of a marketing culture. Marketing is everybody's job. It's not just the job of brand teams or brand managers. It's everybody's job.
The needs have changed, and what has changed is the need to implement marketing and brand plans into the marketplace.
Everybody in the entire system, from Ron Zarella to Roy Roberts, right on down through the organization, we exist to make MAM's market area marketing teams successful.
The fact that the parts and service and sales people get to call on the same dealers in the same focused area with relatively common objectives are going to give them a real advantage towards delivering much better dealer performance and dealer assistance than we've had in the past.
We're looking at about 220 market area teams right now, and every MAM, a market area manager, will have about 2 teams, and that will be comprised of a person that will handle sales, be responsible for the sales in a dealership, and then the service in a dealership, and we'll have parts. Now the parts person will serve on 2 teams because every MAM will have 2 teams.
If I had one word to describe it, it would be focus.
For the first time, we as an organization will be looking at their business the way they do, as a total business.
We take an integrated approach to the dealer's whole business.
The consolidation of all of the nameplates will allow a more disciplined and consistent approach to brand management and its execution in the field.
The primary advantage of the new market area teams versus how we do business today is that team will be able to have a better understanding of that local market. They'll be able to work with those individual dealers, because in most cases, there'll only be 10 to 12 in each territory, and that'll allow them to execute brand plans, facility plans, and really get to the heart of the market and understand it.
This will be a market area manager combined with someone that's handling sales, like a district sales manager, and a service manager and a parts manager. So we'll have all the ingredients that a team will need to go into a dealership and build a business plan and be much more effective in working with dealers. It's really exciting.
They're going to be responsible for market share in that area. They're going to be responsible for CSI in that area. They're going to be responsible for just sales volume in that area, warranty and policy improvement.
Be computer literate, very computer literate, because the kind of things they're going to be working on, they'll have to be able to use computers. They'll have to be very flexible.
Team members are going to be computer literate. They're going to be able to download information onto their laptops.
Two measures that I'm going to look at are our is our market share going up in that market area, and is the profitability of GM, is the profitability of the dealers going up in that market area.
We're going to look at the sales. Are you hitting your sales number? Are you improving market share? Are you improving CSI? Are we moving all of the measurements that are important to customers, dealers, and to General Motors in the right direction?
People will find that they have very specific measures. They have objectives for which they're going to be held accountable. There will be some significant reward and upside opportunity for achieving those objectives.
The market area teams will have goals and objectives in the critical areas such as sales, market share, CSI, and the sales of parts. And they'll be able to tell if they're doing a good job, because we'll obviously have measures that'll go up against those goals and objectives. And if they meet their goals and objectives, it's our plan to incorporate a new pay-for-performance system, which really focuses on meeting those goals and objectives and also has a lot of upside potential should they exceed those goals and objectives.
It's important that we have a pay-for-performance component to this overall design, and in fact we have.
The role of the regional central offices, well, in one word, support.
Now, the regional offices are put in place to be able to provide the support and to clear barriers for those market area teams to get their jobs done.
We want to make the central office and regional offices lean, fast, quick, and non-bureaucratic.
The market area team are there in the front line with the day-to-day business of the dealers, and if they need specialist help, for example in service, if they've got a special technical problem and they need a field engineer, that field engineer comes from the regional office support structure.
We went out and did a survey and found that we had our field people doing an awful lot of administrative work that was non-value added and in fact was not helping us drive our business at all. So what we then did is, when we built this system from the market area team up, we eliminated, we will be eliminating work from the folks at the point of contact that's non-value added and does not drive the business.
We've designed it so that probably the average number of dealers a market area team will have to call on is around 12. And the proximity of those dealers will be much closer. So they'll spend a lot more time in the dealership and a lot less time in their car or truck.
I don't think there's much driving time, especially east of the Mississippi. Most of the market area teams are pretty concentrated.
It's estimated that they could spend over 50% of their time doing nothing but developing dealer business plans and reviewing those plans with dealers to get buy-in, and then tracking the dealer's performance against the business plan.
They also will be responsible for analyzing the conditions of the market, making sure that they read the market properly and are able to give feedback directly to the regional manager or his support staff to be quick to market for changes and adjustments that may be necessary in marketing plans.
He or she needs to understand the business. They have to, we think, be good leaders, be able to build a team, build relationship with the dealers in their organization, understand the brand plans, and work with the regional marketing managers to make sure we get the job done at the point of attack.
The most important skills for a market area manager are, number one, a thorough understanding of a dealer's operations, and that's an understanding that transgresses across all departments. whether it's new vehicle, used vehicle, service, parts, F&I.
Importantly, they have to be able to develop dealer business plans. And those dealer business plans have to be believable, and they have to work for the dealer in the marketplace, and they have to be able to work with the dealer on that plan to make sure the dealer believes in it and drives his or her business in that direction.
If you really think about it, they are responsible for all of General Motors in a given geographical area in terms of sales, service, marketing, and parts. And that's a huge responsibility. But with it will come a lot of rewards, a lot of satisfaction, and it'll be tough work the whole way.
Changing, the constant change in the market conditions, responding to competitive pressures and competitive needs within the marketplace.
I really think the best thing about being a market area manager is you're going to get to see terrific results.
One of the most rewarding things of being a market area manager is being able to look at a small geographical area and really charting the course for the dealers in that area.
Spending most of their time on building relationships because most of them will have different contacts than they had before. Working with the business plans, making sure that we drive the brand plans to the field.
Identify opportunities in the marketplace so he or she can drive that VOMS forecasting and eventual allocation of cars and trucks to the dealership.
Also working in partnership with the area service manager on issues such as customer satisfaction, whether it's top box, PDS, or SSS. Those things are a teamwork approach.
It should have good relations, able to build a relationship with the dealers, salespeople, and the managers. Should understand the distribution system, the VOM system, or CXD.
You're going to have to be able to go out and take a look at the market segments for each of our brands and determine if there's any opportunity in those segments in the particular market area that he or she is assigned.
The opportunity to probably deal with brands you've never dealt with before. Working on the market area teams will be exciting, and there should be more empowerment and allow you to do your job a lot better with a lot less confusion.
Really being able to drive the whole brand implementation process right at the point of sale.
The best thing about being an area sales manager is the opportunity to really drive results in the dealership.
On our first and most important, customer enthusiasm or customer satisfaction development. The second area is warranty and warranty administration. The third area that the area service manager is going to be working on is fixed operations development. And as we see the general level of warranty repairs reducing, the area service manager, together with the area parts manager, is going to be implementing programs to increase the retail business of the dealership so that they maintain dealer profitability. And the fourth and final area is the area of technical support. And here the focus is very much on ensuring that the technicians are appropriately trained and that the dealership has the appropriate tools and equipment to service the vehicles that they hold the franchises for.
A broadened area of responsibilities that will include more marketing of service versus just technical and customer handling.
Well, from a service point of view, technical knowledge is pretty critical. Understanding how things work in an automobile or a truck, and being able to identify and work with those things.
We need technicians who are capable of understanding the different needs of different dealerships, of different markets, different cities, to allow the dealer to become more of a full-service dealer after the sale versus advocating that business to Penske or Pep Boys or something like that. Toughest thing, I think, to be an area service manager is to, at first, accept the amount of change that's going to come down the pike, and that's going to happen.
The best thing about being an area service manager is the contact that you have both with the product and with customers. For anybody that likes solving customers' problems and seeing them go away with a smile on their face, then they're going to get a real buzz out of being an area service manager.
A lot of the work of the area parts manager will be in business management, inventory management, recommended stocking guides, customer-focused incentives. Two of our key objectives today and will be tomorrow are accessories, and GM Goodwrench Service Plus. And in order to make both of those areas prosper, accessories are sold up front in the new vehicle department, so that I can see the area parts manager working both with the new car sales manager and the service manager to promote the sale of accessories when the new vehicle is sold. Now, we're trying to do that today, but we're trying to do that as the parts representative. Tomorrow, you'll be able to do that as part of a market area team.
The message is we need to create a marketing culture as opposed to a distribution culture. We think this organization will do that. This will, we think, take us to the pinnacle of success in the marketing and sales arena in the automotive business, and it'll be an exciting place to work.
I think this new organization is going to be lean, mean, fast, and quick to market.
The idea that all four people are in it together and that they're in it daily with common objectives, or at least related common objectives, and with the same dealers in the same focused area is going to make for a great partnership towards working dealers much more effectively.
I think that, that anyone who opts in to go for one of these market area team jobs is in for a terrific experience.
Oh, I think this is exciting. This is exciting stuff.
The people who would opt into this new organization are people who will have the opportunity to make history, not write about history. And I'm really excited about being a part of it.